afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacaster. May host Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, the Imperial Dane himself. All Theater 1 vs 1 on Faymonville Approach. In the north, it is Ashablois, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Taking on the role here of the second army. West and the southeast, it is Tiramisu. All Theater 1 vs 1, an exciting, riveting, action-filled one. We got Jaeger Infantry, Mechanized Assault, and German Infantry with double Panzergrenadier Panzerfaust versus Recon support. Heavy Cavalry and Mechanized with triple interpolation there for Ashablois. Gun the MG42 start there for Tiramisu. Double Rifleman there for Ashablois. Standard stuff here for both sides. They're sticking to what works for both factions quite significantly. Also, big thanks to Martin and to Patrick for donating and supporting the Propagandacaster. I'm to keep doing this day after day, week after week, month after month. So big thanks to you all, part of my company, who's alongside, of course, all my handsome and charming patron supporters. You too can support by pledging on Patreon, well, donating by PayPal. Links in the video description. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled programming here. We got heading south at Center with Tiramisu. Going to focus on the southern fuel as Ashablois goes here. Broad approach across the entire map. Of course, allows us to sort of scout out what Tiramisu is up to, but, you know, also means in theory, you know, if one things go wrong, they can be easily pushed off, but arguably, again, it's not as big as Austin. They can always just outmaneuver Tiramisu then with their infantry. We got the second lead squad there for Tiramisu. Ashablois probably going for a third rifle squad, but could also try for a very, very fast lieutenant. That is certainly what some players like to do as of late. And no, the Recon support we get INR Pathfinders, Intelligence and Reconnaissance. Also raid tactics, airdrop combat groups, M8 Greyhounds, and the M83 cluster bombs. Pioneers going straight for the riflemen, pushing the back with the MP40s in hands. Other troops being support here. Grenadiers and MG42 moving ahead for Deutschland. Got a skirmishing there, riflemen taking minor casualties. MG4 joining in there and beginning to open up on the riflemen there. Already on the health, they will not be able to hold the position much longer. Despite their wills, maybe their bodies are failing. In the north here, though, Ashablois continues an aggressive encirclement here, possibly of Tiramisu. In fact, could swing right up behind him, hit the curve point, right behind Tiramisu, and give Tiramisu quite the headache. Who is, by the way, seemingly not entirely sure what's going on. There we go, no two Grenadiers, one MG42, no third Grenadier squad, no MG42. Is it sniper? No, Tiramisu's planning. Nope, third Grenadier squad there on the way. Pathfinders with the Grenadiers got the southern fuel point almost secured. Machine gun repositioning a bit there as well to try and deal with them. Quickly popping into silence. No tech yet here for Ashablois. Oh, there we go. Just as I said that, platoon command post lights up and the lieutenant is on his way once he's had a cup of coffee. MG42 setting up against the rifleman. Can the rifle get past the airfield fast enough? And no, they are not fast enough. In fact, they also get off the points. The punishment green block in. There you go. Ashablois rifle squad forced away here. Close shave there for Tiramisu. At the same time, Gunnis being surrounded by the riflemen and the Pathfinders. The riflemen, despite being wounded, continue the fight against the crowd. Pioneers moving up here. North side remains sharply enhanced with Ashablois and democracy. Pathfinders hanging about in the south. We got Grenadiers there, finally pushing back the riflemen. Of course, the Grenadiers themselves have seen much better days. And more Grenadiers here rushing the Pathfinders by the truck. Pathfinders, I think, will have to fall back very, very soon or risk total annihilation. Back here we got tech for Tiramisu. So good. And we got the lieutenant out here for Ashablois, El Teniente. Back here, nothing further going on. Grenadiers holding up. We'll probably see what's going on. I mean, German infantry could, of course, be also a good pick. G for the fleet, and of course, 1 G for the fleet, but more importantly, a bonus for the entire squad. Plus a 5th guy tends to be a very good bonus. Stormtroopers, of course, always handy. And assault and holders are very good, but overlooked ability. Jaeger infantry, of course, can obviously a lot of the same, though obviously not quite as sexy. And of course, mechanized assault just gives you assault grenades and all sorts. I mean, in effect, you kind of, with every doctrine, get somehow a 5-man squad, though how they work is obviously going to be a bit different. I would say that's probably like the big sort of connector there, and sort of a bit of artillery support there as well. And, well, half-tags also kind of a connecting element, again, slightly different ways. So it's quite clear that Tiramisu certainly favors a certain type of playstyle. It's an aggressive, infantry-oriented strategy he prefers, with some mechanization to back it up there. Another machine gun there, oh, well, one machine on the way there for Ashablois and the democracy. Gonna see the MG42 being flanked with the rifle squad. Tiramisu taking up. Also making a sharp strike there towards the northern fuel point there, catching Ashablois off guard. As Asher continues to send the focus center and south here and outmaneuver the fascists. MG42 there, though, Trying to position his deck, gets routed here by Ashablois. Sadly, not enough firepower to back up. Tag done. We'll likely need a 2-2 to back things up. And up north here, we got sandbags and barbed wire going down. If you haven't to get themselves stuck, that would be rather unfortunate for Tiramisu's Pioneer. Either way, 50 card arriving there for Ashablois. Pioneers versus the Lieutenant. And up north, we got Pioneers versus Rifleman. Pioneers, obviously, a no match against the Rifleman with the M1 Garand. And just have to retreat there. Back here, healing reinforcements going there for Tiramisu. Pushing back here around the carve point. Fuel point ultimate of neutral. Things are looking a bit rough here for Tiramisu versus Ashablois in the early game. And we do get Jaeger Infantry. The air command squad immediately summoned forth. And I imagine we'll be seeing some G for the fleets also being handed out there. There we go. To Tiramisu's Infantry. Further increasing their direct combat ability versus Ashablois' Riflemen. Like to make a nice cut at the same time. A faster to could be helpful. Then he's heading northwards. Might try for that fuel point again instead of trying to attack right into Ashablois' front line here. Bases swing northwards where Ashablois not banned. And then once Ashablois begins to react northwards, can then sort of swing through here. Or I suppose try and flank through the south here. Outmaneuver Ashablois that way. Though with the 5th caliber here, a mortar could also be a very necessary requirement here for Tiramisu. A bit of light artillery to show the Americans the way out. Pushing northwards there. Yeah, command squad heading southwards there. MD-14 with the rear echelons. But yeah, a bit scattered situation here. Can soon go for the 2-2. And rifling up north in control. We got the Stuart light tank there for Ashablois pushing hard there for light armor. That will force Tiramisu, I think, into a pack forward here. 2-2s can work, but then you really want like 2 or 3 to have a really good chance. Versus, of course, the question is, does Tiramisu really want to invest that many resources into that many 2-2s? I mean, he's got 1 2-2 on the way. And of course, 2 2-2s with some Panzerfire support can usually take out a Stuart, though it will require a bit of effort from the player in question handling the 2 2-2s. Lieutenant moving in, the Grenadiers here fighting as well. In the centre there, bit being still held up. Again, mortar would be a really nice investment to deal with that. In the south, the air command continue to fight with the Pathfinders. The Pathfinders still with their marksmen and the ability to pick off wounded soldiers. I would argue have the upper hand here with the air command squad, unless they get him some lucky hits faster with the G43s up close. And there you go, does close in. And there you go, the Pathfinders are suddenly finding a path straight to hell as the Germans show the way. Up north here, point secure there, 2-2 mobilized here for Tiramisu and Deutschland at the same time, though. As Ashablois M51 Stuart light tank arrives at the battlefield. Pioneers need to get the devil out of there. 2-2 running to the 5th caliber, which obviously can hard counter the 2-2, so in that regard the 2-2 is not going to do as well against it. Of course, the Stuart is also a problem here for the 2-2. So will Tiramisu commit to more 2-2s, or will Tiramisu commit to a pack 40 to then try and deal with the Stuart? I mean, again, I'm expecting that pack 40, a few players would go for lots 2-2 to deal with the Stuart. There we go, pack 40 in the way, and then going here for the 5th caliber. Maybe trying to bait Ashablois into wasting munitions with it. That's an interesting tactical move. Thing is, though, Ashablois has a lot of munitions. Tiramisu would have to do that a lot of times, but to really have an effect on Ashablois at the moment. And, I mean, really, a lot of times. And even then, the promise with the 47 munitions per minute, like, it's never gonna happen. So, you know, obviously I'm not sincerely thinking that was Tiramisu was trying to play at, but, you know, if you try to play that against Ashablois right then and there, yeah. North here, Lieutenant Suppressed Gunners could charge in. The MD-42 trying to deal with the flanking ramp in the south. Oh, too slow there, too slow. Stuart moving in as well, need to retreat the MD-42. Push from the south here, the Pioneers from the flamethrower here. Catching the 5th caliber off guard. Interesting enough, a hard set there with the direct face team weapon. Perhaps that was Tiramisu's plan? I mean, if there was, that was some definitely brilliant stuff there. Does successfully push it out then. Pack 40 moving ahead there for Tiramisu, the Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Standard pack or anti-tank gun there of the German army, though obviously not all divisions would have access to it. A lot of them, for example, had to make do with Pack 38s or converted Soviet CIS guns as anti-tank guns instead, just as examples. Or even smaller packs, to be honest. Like I think it was the Pack 36 some division ought to make use of, which wasn't very good, by the way. It was known as the Army door knocking device, just to give you an idea of how bad it was. Due for the fizzing away there. 4 more grenadiers there. Should push for the southern fuel there. It is wide open right now here. Ashablois south front is wide open. Down south, nothing going on there for Tiramisu. Somebody's moving ahead. In the south, Lieutenant, or south of the position, the Lieutenant getting caught by the MG42. No tag up yet there for Tiramisu. Ashablois not taking up either. That's probably a small miss there for Tiramisu. If Ashablois could begin pushing for tanks, that could give Tiramisu a really rough time of it. G44 could be a nice pick there as the rifleman. Or they just run out in front of the G44 building Jaeger command squad. That's obviously just great for them as well. And the riflemen to the Jaeger command squad are the 5 men with all those G44s can lay down some serious firepower against the riflemen and beat them one-on-one. 2-2 in under fire, possibly the 5th cavalry. Some other troops got Lieutenant with a bazooka to hunt down that Kraut armoured car. Ashablois had enough of it. Yeah, command squad being assaulted. Could consider smoke grenade here by time to grab the point, but otherwise I think retreat here is the only path forwards for Tiramisu. MG42 versus 50 caliber there. Could pop incendiary piston rounds, I think better deal with it. Or flank from the north or something else, or south from the 2-2 possibly. 50 caliber there pinned down by the MG42. Pioneers flanking up behind the rear echelons. No sign of tech yet there for Tiramisu. Anything else? Mortar, I feel like could still be a good investment here for Tiramisu versus Ashablois. And honestly, even Ashablois I think could benefit from a mortar, to be honest. Ooh, pack shot there. Completely missed and hit a telephone pole instead. Going for the 5th cup to force it away. Finally, there we go. Nice push there. Map is sort of roughly 50-50 split here up north, though. We got Rifleman in the gunners nearby, 2 Crossmen to assist here versus the Rifleman, and we got an airdrop combat group inbound here for Ashablois and the 2nd Armoured Division, 82nd Airborne, providing a bit of support there with some paratroops and a pack howitzer. I mean, that's obviously better than a mortar, but, you know, it's going to do the job of the mortar, so, you know. Basically, it's artillery, whereas Tiramisu still has none. Yeah, command squad dealing with the Rifleman. Got Pioneers and Grenadiers moving on the rifle flank, or the flank retreat party of the Grenadiers could act, or Riflemen could actually take them out here. Which would hurt Ashablois here a bit, to put it mildly. There we go. Heavy damage to the G43s. They give out to 40 round field 6, singing out a dirge, but apparently a bit too soon. Close one there. We got S-Mart trying to help defend the fuel point there against the American incursions. Paratroops moving ahead. Probably going to go for Thompsons. Of course, Ashablois could be a bit of a trickster and go for bazookas instead. There we go. Brown light machine guns. Oh, unit did go down somewhere, and it does look to have been a rifle squad. Oh, actually, or maybe the lieutenant. Either way, the dead Americans. Elizabeth, the paratroopers there. 5th Cavalry joining in the front. And of course, got the pack cars beginning to open up here. The Grenadiers positioned by the staff car there is quickly being overwhelmed. 2-2 moving ahead. Old North stood there, pushing into the manor grounds for the rifle squad backing up there. In the center, the 2-2 is going for a bold maneuver against the ambulance, but may in fact push too far. Possibly. Sapoma crop there for Tiramisu, very good. Ashablois has yet to take up. Good chance in that Tiramisu might be able to push ahead with armor over Ashablois. That would certainly be a good chance here for Tiramisu to really sort of solidify things. In fact, Tiramisu right now has a good control of the map. Most of the victory points, fuel points. That is a really strong situation Tiramisu managed to come around to. Struggled at the early game, but through wise placement of the infantry, has managed to end this game around. 2 thumbs up to Tiramisu. Ashablois, though, is far from beaten and is a cunning and vicious opponent. So, obviously, Tiramisu is not safe yet until, of course, Ashablois can't do anything. Moving towards the centre, the paratroopers will in their Browning light machine guns. Still light tank from the north here. Jaeger commands put ready to ambush it with a Panzerfaust, though nothing to really further finish it off with. So there you go, quick retreat, but also damage. I would say quickly fixed there by Ashablois. Could go for a fast Stuke here or a fast Ostwind. I mean, an Ostwind Flak Panzer right now could be quite a headache for Ashablois with just a few bazookas. So I think that could actually be a very strong option to consider charging in here for Tiramisu versus Ashablois. Probably going to go for the Panther 4, which obviously is the much more standard and safer choice, but arguably an Ostwind right now would be very powerful. Pioneers wiped out. A bit of a blow there to Tiramisu and the German army. Nine Panzer Division suddenly finding itself short of its pioneers. At least one pioneer squad still has another squad about though. And we got Telemines down there from Tiramisu. Thumbs up. Ooh. We can see another base Recon breaks off it, and we got weapon racks up. Bars and bazookas on the way there for Ashablois forces. Still no tech up. And Tiramisu is about to hit there with the Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Workhorse of the German Panzerwaffe, most produced tank. The not most produced armoured fighting vehicle, that was the Stug. There was actually surprisingly close between the two. Also worth noting, one of the reasons why the Panzer IV ultimately wasn't produced as many numbers as the Stug though, was that by the end of the war the Führer kept stopping production of the Panzer IV to focus either on first Panzer production, but actually later Stug model of Stug 4s. And I think also Jagdpanzers. And they stopped him from doing that, but by the end of it, they had to, come to a compromise. And there's a hard cap set on how many Panzer IVs could be produced every month. And it was like 300 Panzer IVs. So a little fun fact there about the Panzer IV's production. Two Pack 14 gain. There's still a light tank here. I think there's a good chance taking out maybe. Got a bit too fast out of the line for the Pack 40 machine. They're close to being wiped out, but does escape here. The wrath of Ashablois and democracy. Then it is so close to 3 here. Skirmish against Riflemen, force them away. Very good. Back here, troops reinforcing. And we got Tiramizu's Panzer IV moving ahead here. Shoots the Pathfinders. Gets a good kill almost across the entire unit there. Nice strike there from Tiramisu. Going straight for the 5th caliber. The South Pioneer advancing.
Battalion just released a major for action.
Major out here for Ashablois. Fixing out the Stuart. Good shot on the rifleman. Troops are healing, repairing, all that stuff. Again, I do feel like Tiramisu would have benefited from just getting out a fast Osman. I think that'd be much more impactful on Ashablois, but again, that's just my opinion. But I feel like just that fast Osman just works better with the infantry-like vehicles and could have, given a bit more of an edge that could have snowballed in favour of Tiramisu here versus Ashablois. But again, the Panzer IV though is a solid pick. Obviously, there's nothing wrong in it. Again, it is the safe choice. But it's not what necessarily called the optimal choice. Telemines down there. More mines from Tiramisu. 2 thumbs up. Very good. We got 391 within 13. Ashablois is really starting to fall behind Tiramisu in terms of resources and population points. Population, but the victory points. And we got the Sherman tank on the way there for Ashablois as well. Fixing up the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Very good. 2-2 going northwards there. 10 kills. Halfway to the ace level. Two kills in the Panzer IV. Pioneers machine gun heading northwards, setting up a fresh line there. More S-mines from Tiramisu, perhaps to defend the far north could be a good idea. Sherman halfway down there for Ashablois. Also got the Major with bazookas. And there you go, gonna use one small Manchester stood off guard there with the Panda first. Pathfinder's joining in there, 14 kills. Could consider adding BARs to them to increase their anti-infantry firepower, of course, to increase the worth of the marksman there. Telephone running down here, pushing back the Pioneers machine up north. Good push there by Ashablois, catches Tiramisu off guard. Of course, right now the far flank is actually a bit exposed, and it looks like Tiramisu seizing upon that, going straight for the pack howitzer. Could maybe even take out the ambulance here, but decides to play more cautiously, back off. Sherman arriving there for Ashablois and the 3rd Armoured Division. Sherman here versus the Panzer IV, Rapid going up. There go heavy damage to the Panzer IV. That's actually a bit of a bad development here for Tiramisu. Could actually lose the Panzer IV here to the Sherman. In fact, it's looking like it's going to happen here. Shot bounced. Really lucky there for Tiramisu, but I could have considered actually throwing a smoke grenade. Throwing a smoke grenade, not smoking a throw grenade, but throwing a smoke grenade and throwing the Panzer IV with the air command squad, so that was screening from the Sherman. That could also have been a possible idea there for Tiramisu. So maybe try and increase the chances of the Panzer IV surviving. Now Tiramisu is going for tier 4. That is, as always, something I find to be incredibly risky, as I don't think the Armag tier 4 is that good. I mean, yes, far ahead, but even then it does mean his opponent's going to get more time to catch up with them, so that's really where the risk lies in. And Ashablois is certainly making a slow comeback here versus Tiramisu, so Going for the heavy Panzer Corps and either Panther Sturmpanzer in a Panther could very well be the opening that Ashablois really needs to just gain control of the situation again. Versus Tiramisu, whereas Tiramisu just push them more, say Panther Force Ostrands now could probably just steadily overwhelm Ashablois and the Americans. Don't need spreading forwards there. Nice usability, I think overlooked a lot, but there you go. Once with the student slowed down, though, operable. Another wipe there on Ashablois. The major paid the ultimate price in service of liberty. Guess the heavy Panzer Corps is going to go up soon enough, and then I don't know what Tiramisu is planning on though. Panther, Sturmpanzer, Panzerwerfer, we'll have to see. Sherman then moving about halfway to fetch into one, very good there for Ashablois. Still needs fuel point back, release some more strategic points, so sort of assists with the resource income here versus Tiramisu. There we go. Heading hard south, the Panther will counterattacks northwards to clear out any American presence there. Telemann goes off for the Sherman. Sadly, Tiramisu is lacking any sort of nearby force attack. He launches an assault to finish off the Sherman. That can always be a bit of a chicken thing with these Telemines. At which point, it's only a temporary slowdown there. So this is a bit unfortunate for Tiramisu. Well, maybe there's a chance to wipe out the crew here. There we go. Got the Stuart crew instead popping into the Sherman there. Nice weight. By the way, as you might notice, the Sherman suddenly has a lot more experience because, again, American crews can switch between tanks and that way also switch experience. It's something most American players rarely, if ever, utilize. And I would say if they actually sort of on purpose use it, I'd say that's usually a mark of great skill from the American player. But right now, an almost victory to Sherman. Obviously, a very great move there by Ashablois, even unintentionally. Panther 4 moving heading going straight for the Sherman though. Even letting 2 that's not going to have against the Panther 4. Of course, there's a chance this dude can now stun it. Oh, doesn't have the munitions. Oh. Can Tiramisu get the Sherman? No, the Sherman might just get away. Oh, good lord. That was a poor trade in the end then by Tiramisu. Did not get the Sherman, which is now Veterancy 2. Oh boy, that was a bold maneuver. Tiramisu. There's one that did not pay off at all. Heavy Panzer Corps might have to go for the Panther here. A brutal loss there, and a great win there for Ashablois. Great win. That was just pretty much Tiramisu chucking away a potential advantage there on top of the heavy Panzer Corps move, which could allow Ashablois to really begin swinging the game around against Tiramisu, depending on what Ashablois and Tiramisu does next. Another machine gun there for Tiramisu, though. Needs to grab those victory points, fuel points, and consider more mines. And we got a pack 40 number 2. Up north here, Stuart going straight for the Grenadier, packed up by a rifle squad. Stuart there, eventually 2, 0 kills. Jaeger command squad attacking northwards there, 21 kills. Ace level. Pack out bombarding. Close hit on the MD-42. Pioneer sending for the victory point. Another pack 40 down there for Tiramisu. Back here, nothing further going on. Can't go for the Panther now. Could go for the Sturmpanzer. Could go for the Panzerwerfer. But definitely, I don't think would recommend the Panzerwerfer right now. But again, I didn't even recommend the heavy Panzer Corps right now. Yeah, command goes to the paratroopers. Rifle grenade off here. Flying through the skies. And there you go. Decent hit on the paratroopers. There you go. Panzerkampfwagen 5. Mobilized here for Tiramisu. Mine goes off. Almost taking out the Jaeger command squad. Harsh development there for Tiramisu. As Ashablois continues the glorious advance of democracy. Shots fired. Pack shooting at the Stuart and missing. Panther halfway down there for Tiramisu. Panther still slowly approaching here for the 9th Panzer Division. Pack shooting in the Sherman, grab the southern fuel point here. Pack cards are firing away. Bombarding those crowds. Another flip cover there for Ashablois to further contain German infantry movements. There you go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 for Tiramisu. Tiramisu the Pathfinders. Stood heading northwards. So will Tiramisu be able to gain control of the situation once more with the power of the Panther? Or will it prove to be a dud? Great in the studio with the Pack 40 and the Panther. Stewart could go. Well, it's gonna go down. Yeah. Stewart explodes. There stands no chance here against a combined power of Panther and a Pack 40. Machine gun does get cleared out. Could be napped here by Ashablois, which would be a problem there for Tiramisu. Loses further anti-infantry ability here. In the center, holding up valiantly, but in the south getting over as the tank strikes there within support. Good push there by Ashablois. Up north, the machine gun gets stolen as well. Another. Oh, more mines going off. Those are just S mines. Machine gun crew may just not be able to get away with it. Fortunately enough for Ashablois, the Panther's not been upgraded machine gun, which is always a quite good upgrade for it. Another pack moving in. Infantry arriving. Also, just German pioneers primarily. And there you go. Machine gun finally is able to get away there. A awkward development for Tiramisu and the German army. Artillery raining down in the Pathfinders and the 5th Cavalry there. Doing some damage, but nothing sufficient. 322 was 226. Panther was a hit. Bazooka hit there on the Panther, doing some light damage. More bazooka fire. But he definitely should try and upgrade that Panther with a machine gun as soon as possible. Here we got Gunneries with the Rifleman. MG on the way there. Another machine gun give out. Sherman there with 9 kills still, virtually 2. Catching the Gunneries here by the central house. Packs being held northwards, up north here by the fuel point there. Paratroopers riding the Gunneries victoriously and easily. Tiramisu remains in an overall precarious position here. Oh, there we go. Sherman caught in double pack fire there. But has bunched up the 40s to the field. The pack house could clear them out fast, but does not happen. Fortunately for Tiramisu. More shots fired. And got the pack out. The Packs and Panther opening up. One going to destroy it. At least tried to destroy it here. And oh, didn't happen. Didn't happen. Close one there for Tiramisu. But in the end, Ashablois was just able to get to it and deny its destruction to Tiramisu. At least for now. And we thought that work here was the Paratrooper or Pathfinder Syndicate calling artillery on them, trying to clear them out, possibly. No. Shot on the munitions. There we got Rough, squat the flanking, and that's going to force the issue there. 267 was 226. Anti-tank on the Panther. Bazookas on the Panthers. Well, we got Pioneers going to lead saying north here towards the fuel point. Here we got Paratroopers on the way, and we got suppressing fire. Lovely. Halting the Gunneries in their tracks quite well. Leaving on the Pioneers and deal with them, and they of course got hit with a grenade. Nice use of ability there by Ashablois. 2 thumbs up. So very actually see someone using that ability. Ashablois could consider Jackson tank job as the Panther, just bring up more Shermans. And South for Cyclone is being routed by the Sherman. Fifth cover coming the center, going the northern field with the Pioneers. Fifth cover the Jaeger command squad, fifth cover MD42 moving in here, up here, troops reinforcing. Canton versus the Pioneer. MD42 opening up there. Sherman striking forwards for democracy. Threatening to roll over any Germans in the way, or just shoot them to bits. And there you go, almost wipes out Tiramisu MD42. Panther moving in. Bits of threat, and there you go. The Shermans already escaping here. The Panther's wrath. As the Panther slowly approaching Veterans U1. Ashablois could be going for more armor, but isn't. A curious decision. Machine gun wiped out again. Tiramisu was struggling there with keeping machine guns alive at this stage. They get so clear and there go, now destroying it with the Panther to deny it to Ashablois. As Bazooka is bringing in that other pack forward on the Sherman. Oh, it's attempting to open up on it. No, it's destroying the machine gun with the packs and it still doesn't work out for Tiramisu. Oh no. Or 9. Not good there for Tiramisu. The situation continues to deteriorate against Ashablois. There you go, Jackson tank destroyer for Ashablois. Panther's going to need some serious repairs. Fast, and there you go. Both pioneers will try to work with that. Yeah, command squad against charge force. There you go. We got suppressive fire again. Wow, such consistent usage of the ability. 2 thumbs up to Ashablois. It's so rare to see anyone actually make use of suppressive fire, to be honest. So, great work there. In this case, you notice just allowed the Predators to deal with a significantly larger force with ease. So, good work there by Ashablois. Jackson tanks are halfway done there. Panther is once more gefechtsbereit here for Tiramisu. 140 versus 226. The situation for the German army looks pretty bleak at the current moment. Pretty bleak. Troop ceiling forcing in for Tiramisu.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
And we got a tank destroyer here for Ashablois. Up north, going to be here versus the MD-42 inside the house there. Sherman flanking the Grenadiers. Pioneers moving in. Pack shoots, hits, and penetrates the Sherman's front's armor. Halfway to veteran 3 on that one. $110 versus 226. Tiramisu desperately trying to get any progress in the north, but is being held down tightly here by Ashablois' front lines forces. Almost costing the command squad there, very close to getting away. 100 points, in fact less than 100 points left for Tiramisu. Panther 4 on the way. No attempt at a second Panther, that's for sure. 6 kills in the Panthers, almost veteran to 1. Sherman advancing into line front of the Pack 40 here. Another hit there. Almost got this Sherman. 80 points for 227 to go. Panther take ready from the bazooka team. Jackson flanking as well as he tried to take out the Sherman. He does get it, but has exposed now the Panther there. It's rearmor completely, which is actually something Panther commanders were instructed never to do, since obviously the Panther armors were weaker there. Gets the Jackson, but the Panther's almost done. We got infantry swarming forwards here. Damaged engine on the Panther. Support weapons. Crew's been cleared up. Going for Sturmpanzer now. Probably the worst time to do so, as there's nothing else to help at the front line now. Machine gun hosing down Ashablois' forces, but could actually call in cluster bombs, I think, to clear out the machine gun. Bazooka turned against the Panther. Pack 40 could also be turned against Tiramisu, and there you go. Grabbing the Pack 40. Panther with a heavily damaged engine. Sturmpanzer 4 almost there.
We're losing a capture point.
Pack Carter firing down. And machine gun there being cleared out. Jackson tanks are on the way there again for Ashablois. We got 35 versus 226, and there you go. Tiramisu realizes the battle is lost and retreats rather than waste more German lives. So GG, game over. A nasty 1 versus 1 there on Faymonville Approach. Was a good play for both sides. Some nice usage of rarely seen ability here by Ashablois, so thumbs up to that. Tiramisu, I feel like just the big mistake was just going tier 4 round, just committing to more out of the support core. I also would have liked to see a fast horse when they said the Panther 4 there, but either way, nice play for Tiramisu. But again, that Panther I think was a significant strategic mistake that really cost that, and rushing in the Panther 4 there after the show. And that point that also ended up being quite costly for Tiramisu. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell enemies. And remember to press that little bell button. This is Imperial Infantry. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for a nice episode. Bye.